gon' keep it rocking till the break of day.
Man, we outside looking at the skyline, flowing with the breeze as it flows through the leaves. We just watching time fly.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy JusRzd. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Soul. Today is a special episode. What can I say? Today is a special episode. Today, we finally talk about and we reveal what and who the cast outs are. We got a set of interviews lined up a little later, but the cast outs, if you've been paying attention to anything I've been posting on Twitter and any of the drops recently musically, you may have figured it out already. But the cast outs is a brand new duo between myself and my brother in arms, another dope artist, Weez the Satellite Kid. We came together and we formed a duo, and not only have we collaborated on a gang of different songs that touch on several different genres of music, but also we've come together and actually put together an album. And that album is dropping October 4th, this Friday. And I'm excited to see how y'all respond to it. I'm excited to see what's going to be a track that you guys enjoy. I'm excited to see the reception of this particular album. We've been working on it for a decent amount of time. Life be lifing. We both fathers, we both husbands. So yeah, we got to make sure the family's straight before we can tap into anything musically. So it's something that could have possibly been completed and finished maybe a year ago, but that's neither here nor there. It's finally finished. We're finally at a space where we can go ahead and release this art into the world, and so that's what we're doing. And by the grace of God, we were able to put together 9 cohesive records and set the lineup and the list and the track list to go and tell a nice cohesive story, I feel like. And we almost had 10 records, but we didn't have time to do the outro, so it's just nine solid records. The project title is called For the Free, and I'll touch on more of that a little bit later. But first, I want to get into collaborations and the cast outs. Why the cast outs? The cast outs. For us, like I said, we're both fathers, we're both husbands. We both have multiple children. I think he has one more on the way at this particular point. Shout out to Weez and his family and his wife. But yeah, why the cast outs? We're both grown men. We both enjoy certain genres of music. We both very lyrical. We both are very creative with our wordplay, with our cadences, with our deliveries, with our sounds artistically and musically. And we kind of came together just being fans of each other's pens and being fans of each other's creative styles and lyrical ability. Like, I remember hearing Weez on a record that he did with the homie Conscience, and I didn't even know it was him at first. I'm not even gonna hold you. I didn't know who he was. I thought it was Foggy Raw. I'm not even gonna hold you. And I remember hearing the record, and Conscience was like, "Nah, this is my homie Weez. He's out of Arizona as well." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's cool. That's dope." And just every time I heard one of his verses or I heard him on a record, I was just like, "Yo, bruh, be spitting, like, bruh." The multi-syllables, the alliteration, the the way he strings together words and sounds, and he has like a lackadaisical type of flow that he can hop in and out the pocket of, but he can also get aggressive when he feels like it. Like, bro, be spitting low key. And so I was like, y'all, I like that he layers his ad libs and his verses and stuff like that. So it just adds an extra flair to what he was saying. and just the creativeness in his cadences and in his ad-libs and stuff like that. I was just like, yo, bro, kind of cold. I ain't gonna hold you, bro, kind of cold. And at the time, I was trying to find my sound and just trying to piece together what it was that I wanted to, how I wanted to do music and what I wanted to do musically, and just being able to find a comfortable pocket that was like wavy but soulful at the same time, but still creative and expressive, and multiple cadences, multiple wordplay and lyricism and stuff like that. And I was just like, yo, you know what? I kind of like this. So I remember the first record we ever did together is actually a record called Butterfly that's actually on the album, and it's just a song. It's a song about love. It's a song about love and relationships, and just going through just the ups and downs of relationships and being scarred from the hurt and pain of past relationships, and just kind of getting to a point where you're like, you're at a place where it's like, you know what? I'm kind of fed up with the norm of relationships and just going through the motions and the woes of relationships, but I do want to experience true love and a loving, healthy relationship, but I'm also tired of going through the foolishness that I've been through. So being scarred from past relationships, and then being scarred from past relationships and being faced with the reality of knowing that you're scarred and trying to heal from those scars, but still having hope for something better. And it was just, I approached the record from like a conversational piece, and I just feel like it came out beautifully. The hook was chef's kiss. And the verses, I approached my verse as like just a conversation. I legitimately had this vision of like a speed dating event, and just having a conversation with a person, and just like kind of just like, instead of trying to show that person your representative, just kind of like bearing your heart to that person and be like, yo, I'm tired of this. Like, look, this is what I need to know. Can you do this? Can you be can you be my queen and not my Brutus? Can you be my Jesus and not my Judas? Like, can you care for me as I would like to care for you? Can you care for my heart and truly be there for me as I'm willing and wanting to be there for you? And it's just like really kind of posing that question through very poetic, metaphorical soliloquies and similes and all that stuff. And so it's just dope. And Weez, that's probably one of my favorite verses from Weez, because he just comes in just as my approach was more so like a conversation and an outpouring from the heart. I was kind of upset with myself because I felt like I could have delivered it a little bit better with my expression and my cadences, but I was trying to be smooth. I really wasn't trying to be smooth, but it just kind of came out smooth the way it came out. So I was just like, all right, whatever. And Weez just came in just with all the sauce in the world on his verse, and I was just like, yo, this is fire. This is fire. And just with the cadences and just the moments in his verse, it was super dope. It was a super dope experience, super dope record. It was more so on the hip hop soulish tip. And it was just to me, it was a beautiful experience, us coming together for the first time on a record, and just the record kind of doing slight numbers. Didn't go super crazy, but it was enough for us to be like, yo, we actually have great chemistry on wax. Like, yo, we should kind of do some more records together. And so we kind of approached it from that mindset and from that thought process, like, yo, we should do some more records together. So we just ended up working and doing more records together. And then it got to a point after like 4 to 6 records in, we was just like, bro, low key, we should do a project. Low key, we should do a project together. So we put the put the hands to the plow, got working. Shout out to my engineer, Plus 48. He knew Weez because they're both in Arizona. So it was just dope. A dope experience, just working with my brother, finding out about my brother, and just like being able to collab and create some art. Shout out to his family. Love those guys, the kids, the wife, all of them. And even my wife is like, "Yo, y'all really sound good together on a record," and it's just funny. Just hearing her comment on certain musical things, because I'll tell her stuff and then she'll tell me the same thing right back, as if I didn't just tell her that like weeks ago. But God bless her heart. You gotta love her. But it's just funny, man. Just being a part of this process and coming to the end of the creative process, as far as like getting everything ready to drop, with everything dropping this Friday. Like I said, the project is called For the Free. It's if I had to categorize it in a specific genre, I would definitely say hip hop soulish. It's very, very hip hop soulish. It's got a couple bangers up there too, but it's very hip hop soulish. And it's just really in a different bag, in a different wave that most people aren't really approaching music from. It's unique in its own sense. Whether you want to talk about the melodies, or melodically it's unique, sonically it's unique, lyrically it's unique, and subject matter is also unique. So it's dope. We have two different versions. We have a regular version and we have a radio version. With those two particular versions, you can play whichever one you like. We wanted to go with two particular versions because with us being who we are, I'm not even just gonna say me, with us being who we are, we're very creative individuals, and sometimes when it comes to certain creativity, it may not be fit for all audiences, and that's okay. So we wanted to create a radio version that would be filtered to those audience who may not like certain types of creativity. So it's like, you know what? You guys can have the more commercial version, but the original version is also going to be out there because we know what we came together to work on and to put out as a product of art, and to appreciate the artistic integrity of the work that we put in. We was like, we gotta have this, because we could have just simply went with the radio version, but we was like, nah, we also want the raw version as well. So there's two different versions of the record, and can't wait for you guys to get a taste of For the Free. We named it For the Free just because the record is really for the free. It's not for the free as in it's free and you don't have to pay anything. We would love for you to download the album to purchase the album and download it on iTunes. But it's also it's for the free as in for the free as in within your spirit and within your soul. It's for the people who are free, the free-spirited individuals, the free-souled individuals. You know, I miss the free soul, but just and also the free folk that consider themselves followers of Christ. It's for the free. It's a lot of things that we talk about on this particular record, whether we're talking about just excellence in skill, excellence in execution, or whether we're just talking about just real life, being faced with circumstances and going through life in different seasons. Like I said, one song, Butterfly, we talking about love and relationships. On another song, we got Get Focused, where we're talking about just being focused on what it is that God put us here to do, and when we're focused, what we can accomplish, and just kind of really trying to get our attention back on tighten up. You know, sometimes we can get a little complacent. We can go through life and get a little worn down, get a little comfortable, and not go as hard as we're used to going in pursuit of our goals. And then we start seeing the results vary, and it's just like, wait a minute, usually I would do this and it wouldn't be an issue. Now I do this and I'm out of breath, or I'm struggling, or whatever. And so it's just like, nah, I need to lock in and I need to get back focused, because when I get focused, can't nobody touch me. But when I'm off my focus, now I'm being distracted. Now I'm not executing to my full potential. So it's a lot of different subjects that we touch on this particular album and on this particular project. And I would love for you guys to tap in with it. The link for the project is actually going to be in the description of this particular video. And like I said, we call ourselves the Cast Outs. I've always considered myself a rebel with the cause. You know, the saying is a rebel without a cause, but I don't rebel for no reason. But I do consider myself a rebel with a cause. I like to challenge certain things. I like to ask certain questions, and we also can be like that at times. So we consider ourselves the Cast Outs because we're not your typical average individuals. We're not your typical average husbands. We're not your typical average fathers. We're not your typical average artists. You know what I mean? And that can get you casted out of society when you go against the grain sometimes. So we consider ourselves the Cast Outs for that particular reason. And yeah, man. I'm excited to see how y'all enjoy the project. It's 9 songs. I'm gonna put the track list right here. Let me know in the comments below after you've heard the project. Well, I ain't gonna say after you heard the project. Let me know in the comments below which one you actually are excited to hear the most. There's a lot of these songs that have actually already been released as singles, but some of them have not. And let me know in the comments below which one you're anticipating the most. And I'm excited for you guys to tap in to the Cast Outs and into the project, into the album for the free. We spend a lot of our time and a lot of our effort creatively and into this project, and I'm excited to see how it's received. Let me know even after you listen to the project which one is your favorite record. Probably give an update sometime next week on next week's episode of Behind the Soul. But yeah, I just love to see how you guys receive the record and receive the album. What's your favorite songs? What's your most anticipated songs? Which ones are you running back? But let me know in the comments below how you feel about the new duo. The hip hop soul duo, the Cast Outs, me and Weezer Satellite Kid. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We are finally over 300 subscribers thanks to you guys, and I want to get to 1,000 before the end of the year, and I believe that's possible with your help. So just hit that subscribe button to subscribe to the channel, and then hit that notification bell so you can be notified anytime we drop a new video. And never forget, it's free show to the show free. Let's get it.